welcome to Silver Linings Talk Show, our first episode in 2022. How exciting!
Oh my goodness.
So today we thought, what a great time just to kind of do a year in review. And last year we talked about our vision board. So we thought, you know what? Let's see how we did.
Oh.
Go, Lynn, go.
It was I was like, do I want to look back? I will say one of the practices that I put into place was I had my vision board near me every day, and I would reflect on one of the words and put out a quotation, on social media or whatever to just inspire people, right? So some of the words I had on here were manifest, live healthy. I mean, come on, you know me, right? Simplify, bliss, declutter, just there are a variety of words, right, that I wanted to accomplish. And I will say, out of all of those, I've really been working hard on simplifying and decluttering, because I really feel that opens you up for opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am. I feel like I can just add to this year.
Awesome.
Nice.
Should we do my big one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am very visual. Mine has a lot of pictures and it's very big. I could even make it bigger. Like I would do a billboard if I could. And I just love all the photos on it. And I especially have to show you, like I got a puppy last March, and the puppy is on here. Oh, puppy's on here. And if you can see, I don't know, those that follow me on social media, this is my puppy, Dolly. I mean, looks like her exactly. Also, through the year, I did notice that another thing, I have words on here too, but building a company that stands for its values is very exciting. That's one of the words that I put on there, and I've added 5 or 6 more companies to my repertoire of companies that I'm working for.
Nice.
And lots of good stuff, like
That's
Lynn
it?
was saying.
5 or 6?
5 or 6 companies, yes. Yeah, yep. And then I just love pretty pictures like flowers. I love flowers in my house, and I'm very visual that way. So, and I'm going to continue it. I mean, I can't wait to. I'm going to go through and take some of the ones off that no longer pertain to what I really want. And I can't wait to sit down. I've been gathering things already for my vision board.
Awesome. So I am the person who did it online. So I did mine via Canva and took pictures that really resonated for me in some way, meant something for me, and then I put it on my coffee mug. So now there's no reason that I'm not seeing my vision board every day, whether it's on a wall or in my coffee mug. So kind of reflecting on a couple things. The nice thing is when I did this vision board, it was meant for 3 years, because some of the things just have not happened yet, and that's why you continue to manifest what is on your vision board. But a couple of things. One is a TV studio. Like, how cool is it that we are here doing Silver Linings Talk Show, here, which is awesome. And then another one was a microphone, like kind of on stage with like a big audience. I haven't got there yet, but I've had 11 speaking engagements over the past year. So
awesome.
Even though majority have been online, it is so exciting. So I feel like the speaking part is definitely manifesting and rolling.
Awesome.
And a quote that I love that I think is so timely is, trust the timing of your life. So I loved that because
Yes.
we had talked about silver linings, remember? Like probably 2
years ago, before we ever did it,
even like collectively really got together to do this. And it was because the timing wasn't right. And then 2020 hit, and it was like, oh, we need to have more fun. And here we are. So this is kind of like a nice year in review of all of us, is brought a dog into your family, manifesting things on the board, and really focusing on decluttering and simplifying.
And I like the whole thing about trust the process.
Yes.
So many times we start doubting it, and it really is important that we just keep trusting the process.
Awesome. Excellent. We are so excited to share with you our first guest of 2022 for Silver Linings Talk Show. We have today Mary Roy, empowerment coach, and she is here to talk about finding your authenticity and purpose in a chaotic world. And I think everybody's world's been a little upside down, a little topsy-turvy crazy. So we are super excited to be having this conversation.
Yay! And I am so excited, Mary. I can't wait to hear your story. I know it's very exciting, and I can't wait to hear all about it. So take it away.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you lovely ladies. So I am Mary Roy. I'm a longtime fitness professional who a few years ago went through some big transformation, big change in my life. Started with just realizing that my life wasn't quite the way I wanted it to be, which led to a divorce, which then the way life was going, I became an empty nester. I relocated after my divorce from the northern part of Connecticut to the southern part of Connecticut to open a new fitness business with a new twist on fitness, just a lighter, more holistic spin on it. But 3 weeks later, instead of opening that studio, as I was looking for space, I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So my whole world was upside down. I had no business established, empty nester, new rental. I was just in a rental. I hadn't even purchased anything yet. Diagnosed with cancer. So all that went on hold. I went into a holistic healing journey because I've been more into holistic medicine, or just my knowledge with fitness and things that I've studied through my lifetime led me to that sort of naturally. So I went on an unconventional healing journey. So I did do surgery, but I didn't do chemo or radiation or a HER2 drug or 10 years of an aromatase inhibitor. So I healed instead mind, body, and soul. So working on the mental, the emotional, physical, spiritual. So it was a deep dive. It was a dark night of the soul into a awakening of just my inner power, my strength, and my healing. And that's what authenticity, that's what purpose is, that's what allowing our life to come into us is what heals the body. I love Dr. Zach Bush says, cancer's not the problem is you have separated from yourself. And this applies to anxiety, depression, whatever we're going through in our life, cancer. So just becoming more connected with yourself. So I did alternative treatments, and that is now what I teach in my business. So now I'm an empowerment coach, teaching all the lessons that I learned through my journey.
Great. And one of the things when we previously talked was the piece of people needing to go inward.
Yes.
And that's how we can
Yes.
kind of tap into that authenticity and find our purpose. Can you tell us like a few tools that you suggest to your clients of how to start going inward?
Yes. Yes. So important. This is what it's all about, going inward. So the first thing that I'd like to share is breathing, just the breath, using breath work to really come inside of ourselves. So simple breathing practices. There's all kinds of different practices you can learn, but the one I like to teach for starters, for many people that they can just implement easily, is breathing in through our nose, count of 4, breathing the breath, or watching the breath with your mind's eye, watching the breath fill your lungs, fill your belly, 4 count in, 4 count holds, and then exhaling through your mouth with pursed lips, sort of making a noise as it comes out.
Can we practice it real quick?
Yes, let's do this. Let's put
Okay.
left hand on your belly.
Yes.
Right hand on your heart center.
Okay.
I got a microphone.
And I'm like hitting my mic. Sorry. So with your right hand, feel your heart.
Should we uncross our legs?
You can, but
Okay.
for the camera, you might want to keep them.
My skirt's long enough, I think.
So feeling your heart center. So awakening that with your right hand and then feeling your belly. So we're going to breathe in to a count of 4. Remember, holding it in, watching it with your mind's eye. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Watching the breath come in, holding it, and then exhaling slow with pursed lips. So here we go.
Okay.
Together, let's do
Okay,
it. So it's
okay.
inhale, hold, and exhale. Let's go again. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And this is a tool you can use like this, sitting in this position, like when you're at home or if your office door is closed, if you're at work. But then as you're walking, into a meeting, into like filming Silver Linings Talk Show or something, you might be a little, nervous, or you want to get centered. You can do the breath as you're walking, that same pattern of breathing.
I think people forget to really be mindful about the breath. I know I do. I actually have a tattoo that says "breathe" on my wrist
I love that.
because I literally forget to breathe.
I do too. I actually catch myself holding my breath
Yes.
sometimes. Wow.
Or shallow breathing. Most of
Yeah.
us only breathe very shallow. So to really feel those lungs fill up and then your belly fill up, calms the vagus nerve. It's when I walked in and you guys were like, breathe it out, Mary, because I sat on the chair and I went coming in here to the studio. But because our bodies naturally do it, but we move so fast in this chaotic world
That we even
it's
had to
hard
have an
get to
app.
that.
An app.
I've had so many
breathing app.
clients where like all of a sudden their phone goes ding and they're like, oh, that's my app to breathe.
Yes, I suggest that.
mean,
Setting, yes.
Yes.
And we
Even just set your phone.
Something so
Yeah.
simple. And okay, so we have the breath.
We have the breath.
Yep, one.
Okay.
What's another tool?
Okay, morning routine, huge, really cultivating. We're vibrational beings, we're made of energy, we're made of frequency. We want to cultivate that before we go out in our day. It's easy to think, open your eyes, this was me. This was me before all my big transformation was fight or flight. I would just open my eyes and I would hop right out of bed and just get to whatever I was doing. So a way to be more effective, to actually accomplish more in your life and get more connected to your authenticity, to your purpose, and doing the things that you truly want to do, is really to cultivate your energy first thing in the morning. So a couple things you can do is gratitude first thing in the morning. You can do it in a journal, but you can just lie in your bed and think of 3 things that you're grateful for. As you think of them, really open your heart center. It's always about, it's all about intention. Our whole life is about intention, what we're thinking here. So put your mind into your heart. Think of the things that you're grateful for. If you go 1, 2, 3 easily, then go to 10. If it's a day that you're having harder pulling, like some days you just go and you just want to, because you can feel your heart opening more.
Yes.
So that morning journaling is good. Certainly morning meditation. Markers in the morning, just grab a, like a sketch pad with no lines or with lines or whatever you want, and get your color magic markers and just put the colors on the paper. If you want to draw something specific, if you can draw, but if you can't draw, but it's fun for me to just, move the pen or the magic marker on the page and just see those colors. I love setting up an altar, which some people are like, that seems a little freaky and woo-woo, but just a little table that has things on it that you love. Your spiritual readings,
Oh, yeah.
so you can read like a inspirational, you're great with the inspirational quotes and things.
I have a basket next to
Yes.
my morning chair, and that has
I
all
thought you did.
the tools in it with the inspirational cards and books and things like that. So I try to do that daily. So I think that, okay, so I'm heading in the right direction. I just got to
Right.
remember the breath.
That's
Okay,
fabulous.
great.
Right.
Our third tool.
Our third tool is intuition.
Yes.
Become connected to your intuition, because we're all intuitive. We all get these hits from the universe, from God, from your life, from whatever you want to call it, your higher self, telling us what to do, telling us, guiding us, but we don't listen. We either don't listen because we don't hear, if that makes sense, because we're so busy in our chaotic world, our chaotic life, so we don't hear the messages coming in, or we're just so busy. And I remember in my 20s thinking, but the planet, the universe was definitely telling me to become more spiritual or take that sort of path, and I was like, yeah, let me just do my fitness competitions first, and then I'll get to that. So we just like sometimes put it aside because we think we know better. But those hits, the intuition comes in. Well, I want you guys to tell me, perhaps. Let me say one, and then perhaps how you get intuitive hits. So mine are usually that like aha moment of, oh my God, it's like shakes my body. It's like, that's a good idea. So I know that's what to follow. So when you follow it, then you get more. If you don't follow it, they don't come as frequently. Do you guys have a way, like how you hear it?
I think definitely for me, like I will have some sort of intuitive, like almost emotional reaction to something. If it's right for me, I will like feel it, and it'll be like this emotion thing. That's how I shop. That's how I make some decisions of whether I want to do this or that. Is I need to feel it.
Right.
So that's kind of my thing.
I'm visual. Like I like to watch. Once I get something, an aha, then I see other signs. I call them signs, red lights or green lights, right? And if I keep seeing green lights, like, oh, there's another message. Oh, another person's telling me that. Oh, right, this is, perfect for me. This is so perfect. And then it feels really good.
I like those. That's good.
And I'm more of a gut instinct. Like I feel it right in the center of my soul. Like it's right there. And if I ignore it, then I probably get a little nauseous. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good though.
Think about all the times we push these thoughts and feelings and words to the side, and that's why they keep coming up. The universe is saying, hey, hey, check this out.
Right.
And when we follow them, life just becomes so much easier. We don't think it because we want to just, me in my 20s pushing away and thinking I want to do this other stuff, but once we can, it's that whole surrender and relax and just sit back, and then we're cultivating our energy, we're doing the breath work, it just comes to you, and all of life is just just attracted to you.
Yeah. And the
fourth one is moving with courage. So courage means listening to those, right? So listening to those intuitive hits that you're getting, because sometimes it's like, oh, really? You want to have me go on a talk show? No, just whatever. Whatever that might seem, scary, or putting yourself out there, or what will other people think?
Like,
or
oh my gosh.
Right. So it was like courage. We talked, right? When we talked, it was
your whole
courage.
journey was courageous. I mean, everything that you have been through, obviously, you had to be courageous to make those decisions, and any journey that you're going to undertake, I think, takes courage.
Do you have something that you do for courage? Is there something specific?
Just like step.
Just do it.
You just have to do it. You just have to do it.
Okay.
Like once you clear everything else, and then you have your intent and your purpose, it's almost like you can't be held back. So it's coming to this, like the steps that we've mentioned, clearing out the chaos of the world, and then coming to your authenticity and your purpose, your path, and then you just, it's easier to do it because you almost can't, because life just wouldn't feel right if you didn't.
Right. Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's good.
And I love the fact that all of this is to get us to a place of really connecting with our truth and connecting with inner peace and contentment, and trying to decrease that hustle and fight or flight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what it's all about. That's healing of your body. If it's a physical thing, the fight or flight is the cortisol and the anxiety and the depression, and it is all that. So when we can release that and just sit into the wisdom of our authenticity and our purpose,
Beautiful.
that's living life.
That's a beautiful thing.
Oh my
Yes.
Mary, such wisdom you came and shared with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
It's fun to be here.
Yes. Thank you for telling us how important it is to be vulnerable, and in that vulnerability comes our courage. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It was our pleasure.
All right, it is 2022, and I'm not a resolution kind of girl, but I am a ritual kind of girl. And one of the things that's kind of a hot button for me is cleaning up lifestyle. Kind of a wellness consultant, right? So I'm all about lifestyle. And one of the things that you can do that's a change for your entire life would be to omit processed ingredients from your kitchen, right? I mean, pretty simple, I think, because those lists get really long, right? When you look at the label, really long. So what I've done is instead of, I've brought some little protein bites. A lot of people buy protein bars, right? And have you ever read the ingredient list on those? Long list, right?
Okay.
Very simple. These are lemon coconut bites.
Ooh,
and we're gonna get.
And they look so pretty, Lynn.
We're
Look,
gonna
I mean, look how pretty they look in that jar.
Right. So really simple ingredients too, and these ingredients are also beneficial to your body. So we're talking about a protein powder, which everyone can kind of gauge and pick their own. Obviously, I always recommend one that suits your needs.
Sure.
A organic coconut flour. Of course, lemons. I mean, lemons are so beneficial to detox your body, and it tastes good too, right?
I love lemon.
Right. And then honey and some coconut oil. There's different types of oil out there that are more beneficial than others, and coconut oil is on the list of good oils for your body. So I whip these up in literally minutes. You just roll them, put them in the fridge. I want your opinion.
You don't even have to bake them or anything?
No.
No?
Awesome.
No baking.
Wow.
No baking. And so
Yummy.
I just kind of wanted to make this as an example of
They
just
smell
one little thing.
amazing.
Yeah, one little thing.
This is
that-
better than a cookie.
one
Could you
little
have this
thing-
with a cup of tea in
You
the afternoon?
certainly could, but one little thing that you can do is just gradually just take a look at the ingredients in your kitchen. Cook with real food, not with ingredient-laden foods.
These are delicious,
Things, right?
Lynn.
Right, thank you.
I can't wait to make these.
Yeah, so obviously, if anybody wants the recipe, they can message me. But I mean, it's really just about making these simple little changes, and you'll feel so much better if you're just utilizing better ingredients in your kitchen. So, just an example of how simple it can be.
Yum.
And delicious too.
Yum.
Very yummy. And I love having little things like this that you can somebody unexpectedly comes over. You want to have a little something to offer. Very cool
what's
to have
the
these.
life shelf? If you make these, do you?
I think they could be in your fridge. You could freeze them. You can make
Okay.
a bigger batch and freeze them. But
Okay.
they really don't last long, to be very honest, because they are so yummy. But
They're like little
I would say
pop-up
they could probably be in your fridge for a couple weeks and be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what a great way to reset after, holiday,
Cookies and all the stuff,
cookies
yeah.
and maybe exceptions to our everyday eating. What a great way to reset, but still feel like you're having a little treat.
Right. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Lynn.
Awesome.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Lynn. Thanks for bringing these.
You're
know.
welcome.
Awesome.
I'm going to have one now, too.
Yes, definitely.
Cheers. Cheers.
So it was so wonderful to have Mary Roy as our guest today and talking about being authentic and finding your purpose.
It's just what I needed. Oh my goodness. Lynn, share your quote that you did this morning with your meditation.
I just felt that this is so meaningful to me. Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. That's a Van Gogh quote, but really it's all about if you're taking one step and then another step, you're still going and you're still making progress, right? It doesn't have to be speed. You have to just go at your own speed, go with the flow, right?
And I just got an aha that Mary was talking about earlier as we were wrapping this up, talking before this air, we're putting it back on air again. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, trust the process. Like we have to just go step by step and trust trust that process because it will get you where you need to go. As a result, we see the vision board a year later that we have trusted the process. That's the results. So Happy New Year to everybody. We wish everybody many blessings to each of you and all of our viewing audience. And we're so blessed that you come on and watch us.
Yes.
So
we wish you all a very happy, healthy new year full of blessings. As you said, that was really beautiful. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.